said, if you are not underground, you will not survive this tornado.
My dogs ran down the street. I went and got them, and by the time I got back, the power was out and I could see it coming over the backside of the neighborhood. So I came inside and I actually took a video out my front window, called my wife. I said, hey, listen, don't come home if you're on the way home. I said, I love you and I'll talk to you later, because I didn't want her to hear me die on the phone, basically, so I just hung up. She was really upset about that, but we'll get through it, I'm sure. And I saw a piece of this house, or one of these houses, fly by my window, and I heard a whole bunch of stuff hitting my side of my house. So I raced into the bathroom and jumped in the tub. I was sitting on the bathroom floor and something kind of fell off the wall and hit me in the head, so I jumped in the tub and grabbed the shower curtain, put it over my head, and it went over, and it was like probably, I don't know, it felt like forever, but it was probably only like 30 seconds, maybe 15, 20 seconds. I have no idea. It felt like I was laying under a train going over me. It stopped, and I realized, hey, it's over, cool, I can start trying to move around. So I broke out the bottom of the tub, and I crawled out underneath on the slab. At this point, I wasn't even in the bathroom anymore. I was all the way over where the slab was. The neighbors across the street to the left, they were trapped in their bathroom. She was trapped in her bathtub, and he was laying over her, and he had a bunch of debris laying on the back of his legs and his back. And I started pulling things out. I got their 2 dogs out. They were alive. And then slowly, very slowly, we were able to get her out. And she didn't have any broken bones, wasn't bloody. I mean, she just was fine. She's an older lady, so it was kind of hard for her to walk around on all the debris. I mean, it's hard for me to walk around on the debris.
When you're hard-headed like I am, you stand outside and you watch this stuff, because it's not going to hit you, it's not going to hit you. And I was in the house, and I walked back outside, and I looked down the block, and there it was. It was just that fast, and I ran in here and hit that closet, and boom. Everything broke loose. It blew the door off. It sucked the pillows that was on my head off, but it didn't suck me out. That's all. I mean, it's the grace of God, To lose a child, I couldn't comprehend. I mean, my children are well. They don't live, thank God, here in Moore. They're safe and well, but just what those parents are going through. I'm 62. My life's pretty much, I'm on the downhill slide, so it wouldn't have bothered me if they'd have taken me and saved all them. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way I feel.
And I knew we had a closet to go to that was inside with no windows, kind of the center part of the house, and really our only real plan for in case it got bad. So me and my children began to chant the same prayer over and over. Dear Jesus, please help us. Dear Jesus, please help us. Before I knew it, though, I could actually hear, what was probably the neighbor's houses being torn up, But me and the kids remained pretty calm. My daughter, it was funny, though, because like I say, she didn't scream, she didn't cry. But when she saw our refrigerator door in the hallway, and it still had chocolate milk inside the door, she just began to cry, and she began to say, Daddy, there's chocolate milk in our hallway. And I think it's just because the weirdness of the situation was setting in. Out at the front of our house, there's a cross that we put up a couple years back, and it just says simply faith. And it's kind of also a symbolic sign. The front of our house is still standing, and not very many of the front of the houses around are standing at all.
This is the bathroom we were in. I was right here with my back here and my feet against this door. And Corey's head was over here and his feet were over there, which he was lucky because this right at the end that shelf fell, but it didn't hit him. And my mother is 81 years old, and we pushed her in the floor. She was sitting in that chair, and her head was in my lap and her feet were over by Corey's head. And this is where we wrote it out, right here. And then when it left, there was only one way out, and it was through that bedroom window. And my 81-year-old mother, bless her heart, she's got dementia, and she just was kind of clueless what happened. You know, the next day she was looking at the paper and going, "Oh me, look at this." And I said, "Yeah, Mom, we were in that yesterday."